two really good players. Both Timo Werner and Jadon Sancho have been linked with Liverpool. Supposedly there's this clause in his contract that Liverpool can get him for just about £50 million as long as it's done by April and then got in the summer. He'd cost more. If you're allowed one for Liverpool next season, who are you taking?
Take him.
Why?
Listen, as you said, both are fantastic. It wouldn't be a mistake if you got either one, but the question was if he had a choice. And the reason I would take this guy is because this guy could play anywhere along the front three. You know, he could play either side, but he couldn't play centre forward for me. This guy could play centre forward or at either wide position. That is basically it. Because to try and separate these two is tough. You've got two world-class players, basically, is what we're talking here. Would they play, I guess is what you're going to ask me.
Well, have a think about that, because first, you're spot on, because Sancho assists, right? Sancho creates. Would you play him through the middle? Probably not. Werner gets you goals. So there's your comparison there. Would he play? Where would he play with the Olympics coming up and everything? Is he going to be a 18-19 start of season? Is he going to be a regular? What would Timo
Right
Werner?
now? Are you talking about if he joins tomorrow?
No, because he can't. Next season. With Salah potentially with the Olympics and Mane potentially.
Well, then it comes down to form then.
Not a bad guy for a squad player.
Well, it comes down to form. If you've got the front three they have now and you add this guy, then it comes down to form because there's no other way of separating them.
And what if he's in form? Who do you leave out?
Well, it depends who's out of form. It's a simple answer.
I know, if everyone's in form.
Listen, if Firmino playing through the middle is not at his best, then you play him through the middle. If you've got Salah, right? Now, Salah right now, let's be hypothetical and talk about tomorrow. If this guy was in Liverpool squad right now, then if he's playing, in my opinion, where Salah plays on that wide position, because Salah, all season long, hasn't been at his best as far as holding the ball up, as far as he's passing, as far as he's joining in, but he's still scoring goals.
And his form just now is pretty good.
And so that's why he's still in the team, because as poor as his hold-up play is and his passing and all the things I said, he's still scoring goals and Liverpool is still winning. So you can play him. If you've got a guy like that in your squad, then it's dead simple. You can turn around to Salah and say, well, you know what, you're not playing. Here's why you're not playing, because yes, you're coming up with some goals, but this guy will score goals. But this guy's overall game is better than yours. So if you're me, who would you play? He's stumped. So that's the way I think you would go about it. If this guy was in the squad right now, then you're a lucky man.
Yeah.
And it comes down to form, and then nobody can have a problem with it.
Is it an easy question to answer if they're all in form and it's
No.
3 from 4?
It's an impossible question. Listen, if they're all flying, then my goodness, what a problem to have, but it is a real problem.
I mentioned that clause in April, if it is true that they can get him for €60 million, about 51 million quid. If they did get him, would he still be a potential in the summer? If they've already got... No.
No. Listen, it's one thing to have a deep squad and have a great squad. It's a problem if you have too many. And then you're talking about money as well. You know, the hierarchy at Liverpool have shown that they're willing to spend money to get to a certain level. I wouldn't suggest that they're going to do it on 2 players when they're actually at the level they want to be already. I just don't think the money would be there. So it's not a choice of can we get the 2. If you can get one of them, then that's what you do.
Final question, if you're him, bearing in mind how good he's done with Leipzig and how good a player he is, but if there's not a guaranteed first team place every single week, if he knows he has to fight, does he still come? Because he's made some comments that suggest he will, that he's pretty much keen on this speculation.
I think whilst Leipzig are challenging for the Bundesliga, and there's no question, they're challenging for the Champions League, so I think that changes how he's thinking. Because if he's challenging for those types of honours, then is he going to leave and not be sure whether he's going to be playing or not? If Leipzig drop, if they start dropping off, then I think it becomes, well, it becomes an easy one. It's a, yes, I'm going. I'm good enough. I'm going to play my way into the team, regardless of who it is.
Yeah. So of the two, it's Werner for Stevie Nicol, who doesn't think that they need both Liverpool.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.